Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Amy and this is Beauty and Beyond. It's been a few weeks since I've filmed a video, and this one is going to be a get ready with me, in which I'm kind of talking about the reasons why I took off some time, about 3 weeks to be exact. And I hope that today this video will be an encouragement to you. I'm not sharing these things in order to gain sympathy from anyone that's watching this, but really just as a way for me to be able to tell you my story and to encourage you to seek help if you're going through something similar to me. So if you are interested in what's been going on in my little world over the past 3 weeks, then stick around. So it's been a while since I've filmed. I'm going to be really rusty, but that's okay. Gotta dive back into it at some point. Today's video is totally unscripted. I have in my mind a few things that I would like to talk about and share and just kind of get off of my chest in hopes that maybe it might help other people to go and reach out for help if they realize that something is not right. And to encourage makeup lovers everywhere to do what's best for you in your makeup collection as far as all of that is concerned. So with all of that being said, I am going to be talking about some mental health struggles that I have been dealing with over most recently the past couple of months, but I have a suspicion it's been going on longer than that and I just didn't realize it. So this is sort of a trigger warning for depression. Also, maybe just I'm going to briefly touch on some family, like growing up, childhood trauma and things like that. So if you are somebody who might need a little bit of inspiration or encouragement today, then this video is for you. I'm certainly not sharing all of this with you for sympathy, but really more as I feel like more people need to be talking about this kind of stuff so that we can normalize what I've been dealing with, and yeah, so that ladies know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, get something to drink, and let's get ready for church. So over the past year, I have been doing more like chatty get ready with me videos where I am sort of sharing my thoughts and passions and opinions and a little bit about myself and my family and, you know, our journey and the ministry, just like life updates here and there. So this is a life update, and again, and hopefully an encouragement for other people. I haven't filmed a video for YouTube in I think 3 weeks now. Yeah, more than likely 3 weeks, because I recall when my last video went up, it was kind of postponed because it was supposed to go up a few days earlier, and I just wasn't in the mental space to be able to do the filming and all of that was required for the video. Anyway, so I have been dealing with some depression recently, and depression coming from, I didn't really know what, because I'm happy in my life. I have a good husband and a good daughter, and you know, I have a good life. I'm very blessed, and I'm very thankful for that, and that's something I'm going to touch on in a little bit. But so what I've been noticing is that there are certain times, possibly during the month, like during my cycle, where I am not able to sort of like bounce back from an adversity, be it something at work that kind of like got me down, or maybe a little bit of a disagreement with my husband, or something with my daughter who is high functioning autistic, which comes with its own sets of challenges and things like that. So I've just kind of been noticing that I haven't been able to bounce back from those things, and it sends me into this sort of like unhealthy mental spiral of thoughts and, you know, very intrusive thoughts. And that's been happening more often, and it's been more intrusive. And I have been thinking for the past several years that I am in the phase of my womanhood of perimenopause. I have, in my opinion, a lot of the physical symptoms of perimenopause, being it's not very easy for me to lose weight anymore, sleep issues, brain fog, like that right there, brain fog, and just a whole host of like other things, like hair thinning, facial hair more than normal. I mean, I've always said facial hair, my hairy girl. Anyway, so for the past several years, I have been sort of touting myself as being in the stage of perimenopause. Went to the doctor to get some help because of these mental health issues that I have been having, and did the blood work, and he was like, oh, good news, you're not in perimenopause. And I'm like, something's wrong with me though, like something's wrong. My periods are also becoming for the past good 6 months like hardcore, like way different, and becoming very difficult to manage. So like something's wrong with me. So I just thought, okay, well, I'll try to like find some supplements to take. And so I did that, and I found that, but then a few weeks later, the really big episode happened, and I don't even know like what it was. We're just out with my family. We had a little disagreement because I was driving and I went the wrong way, and that just like sent me down into like this abyss where I just had these feelings of no self-worth. I don't know how to say it. No self-worth. I just was very dark in my thoughts, extremely dark in my thoughts, all because of the little disagreement about me going the wrong way. I wasn't able to bounce back from it. Even later that day, I was just like so forlorn, sitting on the couch, just stuck in the cycle of thoughts. That was Saturday. Sunday comes, and my husband, and that's when I was supposed to be editing the video, and I'm just in tears, or I'm supposed to be like prepping for the video. I'm in tears. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me, but I don't know what it is, and I just need help. So he was like, my husband was like, look, if you want to take tomorrow off from church, because my husband's a pastor, so we go to church unless we're sick or whatever. I don't just skip just because I don't want to go. Anyway, he was like, if you don't want to go tomorrow, then you're fine. And I was just thinking, okay, well, maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I'll feel better. I did not. I woke up the next day and I'm like, I can't go to church and pretend like I'm okay. I can't go to church and put on the smile. I can't do that. So I laid in bed all until like 2 o'clock that day. I didn't take a shower. I just literally laid in bed and watched TV, and that's all that I did. And I was at that point, I think I had already made the doctor's appointment with a gynecologist doctor to get a second opinion, because I knew something was wrong with me. And then this happened, and so I was just like, okay, this lady is going to help me. And I don't remember I think it was the next day was when my appointment was going to be. So that was like Saturday, Sunday, and I think I was supposed to be going to the doctor, yes, on Monday. And so anyway, I was able to slowly kind of like get myself to a point of, living or whatever. I go to the doctor the next day, and she looks at my blood work. She doesn't like officially tell me that I'm in perimenopause, but I'm in tears, and I'm just telling her like something's not right with me. This is all the things that I've been experiencing for years, and something's not right, and I need help today. Like, I'm not leaving here unless I get help. So she prescribed me some antidepressants and some birth control for my periods, but she also said that that has hormones in it that they give to, it's similar to the hormones that they give, I guess, to people that are in perimenopause. And so that was something that she was thinking would be helpful. So that was about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and I've been on the antidepressants, and I could start to tell this week, after week 3, that I was starting to sort of like, I don't know, in a way like see the colors again. I was starting to sort of like see things clearly, really like literally see things clearly, where like there had been this fog I had been walking through for I don't even know how long, and all of a sudden that fog was starting to go away. And so I feel like things have been a lot better for me over the past several weeks. I am not as sad as I was. I'm not as forlorn as I was. I'm definitely haven't had any of those like super manic episodes of just intrusive thoughts and things like that, and I'm very thankful for that. And when I was kind of reflecting with both doctors when I was discussing all of this, I was telling them, I know there's something wrong with me physically because this has been going on for a while, but I do also recognize that there is probably a layer of something that I need to go take care of, like with a therapist or a psychiatrist, psychologist, whichever one like doesn't prescribe the medicine. Like, I need medicine, but I know that I also need some talk therapy, which is something that I need to schedule, because I have been attending, because my husband and I are sort of I don't know, I think officially we're in charge, but it's a team effort, so we're not really in charge of our Celebrate Recovery for our community. And as part of that, we have to participate in the STEPS program, which has been nice, except I think that it has been, well, I don't have like addictions. I have things in my past that I need to deal with, namely being my childhood. And so this is where we're going to get into, without getting into too much detail, like too much personal details, where we're going to kind of get into the other section, the other portion of our video. So, I have always told people, like, my life, I probably could like write a little book, and change a few things about it, and it'd be pretty interesting for people to read. I don't know. But long story short, my mom died when I was 12, and my father, who was my biological father, also died when I was 12. They were totally unrelated. He wasn't even in the country at the time. They died 15 days apart from each other. So you know, that was that. Dealing with that when I was 12 years old was very difficult. Never really getting any help to process all of that. Didn't ever get that. My grandmother raised me, and I had already been living with my grandparents for my whole life. My mom was in my life, but not living with us, which is a whole thing that I have been processing as an adult through the STEPS program, which I think is in part, you know, uncovering some of those thoughts and those questions and those feelings as to that. I think is in part sort of stirring up all of this difficulty with my mental health and dealing with my mom dying when I was 12 and never really like being able to like be healed from that, so to speak, and living and growing up in a home that was not a loving home. I grew up with my grandmother and my grandfather, and my grandmother was not a loving person, not at all. I definitely didn't ever get any feelings of like, I was never, anyway, how do I want to say, this was not a home in which I felt loved, appreciated, valued as a person, you know. And of course she was dealing with her own issues of losing her daughter, which is valid, of course, and not taking away from that whatsoever. But also she was like this before my mom died. Like she wasn't who she was because my mom died, I guess is what I'm saying. She was who she was. And my mom dying was a better excuse for her to be who she was. Anyway, so I have been dealing with, you know, not understanding why I wasn't enough for my mom. Why wasn't I enough for my father? Why wasn't I enough for my grandmother? You know, like dealing with all of that. And I know that I need to go talk to somebody about that. The medicine is not going to make those feelings go away. The medicine is not going to help me process all of that and understand all of that. So I know that I need to go do that. And this is my reminder that this week I need to work on finding someone to talk to, because that's going to be really important in this whole recovery process. So, all of that to say that, you know, I have not felt like filming YouTube videos. I haven't understood the point. I was definitely not motivated to do all of that. Pretty much I worked, and we're very busy at night also with Celebrate Recovery. My husband is now coaching middle school basketball, so we're going to be very busy with that. You know, there's just something going on almost every weekend, and so that has been something, you know, that's also taken up a lot of time. And so anyway, when I get off work and I'm not doing something, I just want to go lay on the couch and kind of like be lazy. And that was my go-to for the past several weeks, is just go totally detach from the world at the end of the day. But I'm starting to feel up to it now, and starting to see life as worth it and worthy, and this is a hobby that I enjoy, and you know, and all of that. So mentally I'm getting better. I'm on the mend. So all of this that I wanted to share with you was so that I know that I have people that watch my channel that are of all different ages. So if you are, you know, like me and in your 40s and you're someone that is sort of experiencing some of these different symptoms and things are changing in your body and changing in your life and you're just not sure why and what's going on, please just go to your physician or your woman's doctor and talk to them and be your own advocate, because that's what it's going to take in order for you to get the help that you need, is for you to fight for yourself. So you are worth it, and go take care of that if that's something that you are experiencing, something similar to me. So now I kind of want to move into the portion of the video where I'm talking about makeup. And I am sort of just telling you my thoughts, which I have expressed all of these thoughts in various videos and various like get ready with me's about project panning and my views on project panning. And so I don't think that any of this is like gonna come to a shock if you are familiar with my channel. So I know this is really gonna like come to a shock to you. So I'm really just feel like over this year I have really been on a journey to free myself from this project panning cycle, and almost from the mentality of project panning in the way that project panning isn't supposed to be like super long term. Project panning is supposed to be something that you do to help whittle down your makeup collection, and you know, and that's the purpose of project panning. So I've also been like on the journey of freeing myself from the rigid rules of certain projects, or just really like creating them, changing the rules so that they're more motivating for me. And I did that with my Pan That palette this year, which was really a huge success in my opinion. I was able to do what I set out to do on my own terms, in my own way, and that was amazing. And I feel like that is the crux of project panning, is it's supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be feeling like stressed out through your projects. You're supposed to be motivated and love and enjoy the makeup that you have. Okay, enjoy the makeup. But I had kind of gotten like others into this cycle of, well, I need to be filming 10 project pans because that's what my channel is all about. And then I realized I'm never meeting any of my goals, and I'm never hitting the pan, and I'm never using anything up because I'm doing 10 project pans. So I shrunk down the number of pans, I shrunk down the number of projects that I was participating in and created my own rules to, you know, just make it actually more manageable and something that was going to be better for me. And it was a real success this year. So with all of that being said, I feel like I was going to say that really like the only project that I really like doing is deck of panning, and that's true. Right now I'm at the point where all the ones that I've participated in, graveyard project pan is fun, but I didn't like it this year probably because of the choices that I made. Pan That palette is definitely something that is not for me anymore. I stopped my project Level Up because that was just way too difficult. You know, Partners in Cream is something that I've done in the past, and I just don't find that a specific project focusing on cream products is I don't know, something I want to do right now. So all of that to say that I really don't know what direction my channel's going to take next year in 2025 as far as project panning. I don't know if I'm going to do any or which ones I'm going to do. I am very interested in doing something like No Pan Left Behind, where I'm not focusing at all on panning anything, but it's more of using each shade in an eyeshadow palette. And I think that that is really motivating to me right now in my makeup journey and the goals that I have for my makeup collection. Getting use out of everything that I have is the thing that really lights my fire. It's the thing that really motivates me. I'm sure you can see it in the twinkle in my eye. So I really think that that's something that I am going to do next year. I thought about trying to do something like Project 10 Uses, but then I thought, I don't know if I have enough products to warrant doing that. So that's something I'm considering, but I'm not sure that I will be doing. Oh, I was looking for this, not the other thing. So just, you know, as a disclaimer on like what kind of videos I'm going to be putting out next year, I really honestly don't know. I have really had a lot of fun this year going on a journey of discovering drugstore makeup and being able to try some of that out and realizing that there's some pretty cool drugstore makeup out there. I usually am a very savvy shopper with my high-end makeup. I usually always get it either at a discount or on like special extra points or something like that. So, you know, I'm usually a pretty makeup savvy shopper. I just placed an Ulta order yesterday using the $20 off. So, you know, like that, stuff like that. I'm all about saving money if I'm going to acquire more makeup things. I was supposed to be on a no-buy. That didn't happen. Nope, it did not happen. Anyway, so that is really pretty much everything that I was hoping to share with you. And if you are somebody that is a makeup lover and a project panner, this is my motivation to you, that you look at your projects and you do what you need to do in order to stay motivated within the thing that you're doing. You know, like the rules don't have to be what somebody else's rules are. It's your project. You do what you want to do. You do what keeps you motivated and keeps you continuing to want to use your makeup. And another thing I've been very passionate about this year is if I don't like something, if I don't like this makeup product, I'm not keeping it. Why keep something that you don't like? Why keep things you know that are not your style, you know you're not super excited about using? Why keep it? Yes, you spent the money on it, but if you're not going to use it, then give it to somebody who will use it. You know, you've already wasted the money. So get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Anyway, I have really been enjoying seeing some of my makeup friends do declutters. I know that Deb's Beauty Diary just recently did an eyeshadow palette declutter, and I was the beneficiary of some of those eyeshadow palettes that she decluttered, and she's so sweet. Thank you, Debs. I know that my friend Still Steph is thinking about doing a declutter, and I've been encouraging her to do that. I mean, just if that's something she wants to do. you know, just because it can get to be too much if you have too much stuff. I feel like what I just did to my eyebrows was not good. Okay, we'll see. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is my mascara, and then we'll come back and wrap up this video. So here is my finished look, and I am now ready for church. I do thank you so much for listening to me chat and ramble for 30 minutes all about the things that I've been going through. I hope that it was an encouragement to you if you are going through something similar, to be able to reach out to your healthcare provider to seek guidance and see what kind of resources you can get. I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel, because I love to talk about makeup, and that's going to change over the next year, but we're going to see in what direction it goes in the makeup world. Thank you so much. I will see you in another video. Bye.